Hey there, great to have you here. Looking forward to dive into web development a little bit with you. Um, I'll show you your best new friend. So in web development, you will be looking at websites very often, taking a look at what's on the page, what happens if I change something here, and yeah, I just want to get you comfortable relatively early with this tool. So this is a very simple website which basically just shows a few elements that are part of every website, because you could just in the simplest terms imagine your website that you're building, maybe your personal blog or your personal website is like a book. So you have the big title of the book, which is this one here. It's going to be my personal blog in that case for you, and then you will have different subchapters. So the subchapters are basically the different pages that you have. You have your home page, you have your about me page, maybe you'll have your blog with sub pages where you have several blog posts. Maybe you have a page where you list all your social media or whatever you want to do on your page. So those are the different chapters of your book, so to say. Your website is your book, and your um, different chapters of your book are your different pages. Now, on a page, you will have, like in a book, different headlines. In this case, here's a very big headline, here's a second big headline, and they help us structure the content that is on the page. And if you're maybe already working with SEO or heard of it, or you want Google to find your page and rank it very nicely at the top, then keep this in mind. So you want to structure your page that it makes sense, not just for a user, right? If you're reading a book, you want to have it nicely structured with different headlines and maybe a sub-headline. So this is what you're seeing here at the bottom. And then you just have regular old text. You have different paragraphs in here. You maybe have some lists in here, but it's basically a website is basically just like a page in a book. And now we're going to take a look at how we can inspect a website. So what you can do with your Google Chrome in this example, you can just right click and click inspect here, and then you will see this popping up. And this, what you'll see is the HTML. Everything here on the left side is the HTML, which is pretty much just the structure of the page and the content that is on here. And you can already see when I go through it with my cursor here that you will actually see what is on the page. So you can exactly see, okay, this code right here refers to that bit at the top, and you can actually just go in here and modify it and see what happens. So if I click in here and be like hello world, for example, and just hit enter, you just change the page. And this is very powerful because you can just try out things during debugging and yeah, also just explore HTML and CSS a little bit. Now CSS on the other side, literally on the other side here on the right, that is basically everything that is styled. So here on the left you can just see this is a heading 1, the top level headline. Here's another heading 1, but it has a different content, and there's no information that this or this has this type of green. That's not in here. It just tells us it's a headline, but we have no idea how it looks like, how it's supposed to be styled. And that is what you're seeing here on the right side. So HTML on the left and CSS on the right, they always play together. And this here on the right just defines, okay, what's the color, what's the font size, and just as we did it on the left side, you can just change it here and play around. You can throw all sorts of CSS commands and properties in here and just try it out. But just for now, get a little bit comfortable with it. Just try around. Maybe just flip a switch here, turn something on and off, and yeah, just get a little bit of a feeling of it. Now, what else do we have here? With these developer tools, you can also look at the network tab, because if you're getting more advanced, you're maybe building something that has scripts in there, or you want some animation, or you want to load data. I don't know. Let's say you want to show a weather widget or display your Instagram feed on your page, then that is something that you can um, debug with the network tab. And this right here, I'll just reload the page. This basically tells us what kind of files are being downloaded. So this is the HTML file that was downloaded. Then we have a style that's being downloaded. So this is all the color information that we took a look at earlier. And then there are always some images. So for example, this is the logo that I added here, and this helps you debug the different resources, lets you take a look at, okay, are there any errors happening? Did, I don't know, somebody delete a file that you're trying to load? And do you have an error here? So this will help you with debugging. And yeah, one last bit that I have for you is you can also run JavaScript and test it in here. So I'll just open the source code, pick a little snippet that's here at the bottom. We're just going to use this for some testing purposes, and I'll let you know what this does in a second. So let's just inspect this here again, go to the console, and here you can just execute JavaScript. You'll learn that along the way, but just as an example, you can just write something in here, classic, and it will return something, but you can also throw all sort of scripts in here. What this one will do, it will basically get all the elements that are an A, which is an anchor tag. An A tag is a link, so it will take all the links, loop over them, find out what's the URL, and some other things. We'll ignore that for now. I will just add a little logging in here. There we go. I'm gonna add this one, delete all this. So it's relatively simple, and you will then see, okay, it went through my entire document, found all the links that are in here, and just printed it to the console. So just to show you, you can basically test and do everything in this development toolbar, or in the developer tools. You can take a look at the HTML. You can see which styles are impacting the HTML. You can see what's happening on the page, what is being downloaded, and you can even run JavaScript or take a look at errors that JavaScript might throw if you have some scripts in here.